So in order to tune, what I recommend is download an app. There's one called Guitar Tuna that's spelled like the fish, tuna fish. That one is okay. There's a couple other guitar tuning apps on your phone that you can get. There are also clip-on tuners that you can get where they clip onto the headstock of your guitar and they feel the vibrations, and those work pretty well. The other thing that you might have is something like this. Now this is how I'm going to show you how I'm tuning today. And this is an electronic tuner that is built into my acoustic electric guitar. Most guitars have this, some don't, but that's okay. There's usually a little button that says tuner on it. You may not be able to see it, but it says tuner, and when you press it, it's going to mute the guitar through the system, and you'll see some form of lights show up. Okay. Now when I play a string, you'll notice that it'll either turn orange or green. Okay. Okay, so that says E, and that is right because this is the E string. You'll notice there's an arrow on one side of the E. All that means is that that this guitar is a little bit on the sharp side. Okay, now what does sharp mean? Well, sharp means too high. Okay, in guitar we're going to have a lot of talk about pitching being too high and too low. Okay, and so that means it's too high, the tone needs to come down. If it's right here, we need to go down in pitch in order to make it to come into tune. It is much easier to pitch, it is easier to tune the guitar starting on the low end and moving up. Now, in order to change the pitch, I'm going to be using these tuners right here. Now, a rule of thumb is that if you pinch it with your thumb facing you, okay, and then you press away from yourself, that will make the pitch go up, okay, and if you bring it towards yourself, it will make it go down. Okay, so you need to remember that for if you are ever changing your own strings, or just in order to know which way it's going to twist. So on the top of your guitar, if you don't have them all in a line, if you've got a top and a bottom, higher is going to be this way and lower is going to be this way. And on the bottom, it's the same thing. If you push away from yourself, that'll be up, and then toward yourself is down. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist this in order to make our tuner come into tune. And I actually already accidentally put this one in tune, so I don't need to do anything. Let's move on to the next string. This will be the A string. Let's see what we need to do. Okay, this one is too high, and so I will pull it this way towards myself and watch closely. Okay, as soon as it turns green, we move on to the next string. Okay, I went too far, so I'm going to come back up. Okay, so I'm just watching which side the arrow is according to the note, and then you're going to go on to the next string. The next string will be, if you've got a headstock like mine, it will be this string. Okay, so that was the E string that we did first, the A string, the D string. Now we're on to the G string, okay? Okay, this one is sharp as well. I'm going to make this one go nice and flat. You'll notice on the camera here that if you go far enough, it'll say another note. That's F sharp right there, right? And so we're going to make it come up to G. And there it goes. Now let me show you with this hand how much I was moving it, okay? So if we started right here, just way far off of that note, it needs to be up here, okay? This is how much I'm moving it. Okay, and that's in tune. All right, I've found that a lot of my students, when they first start to tune, what they do is they just crank it really fast. And you know, we're dealing with metal here. Sometimes it stretches a little bit, and you don't want to overshoot it. If you're struggling to get it right in pitch, make it go just below the pitch and then slowly climb it back up.